Hi guys, thank you so much for purchasing the Little Sister Sweets at home cupcake cake baking and decorating kit. So this is simply the tutorial for preparing your batter, whether it is for a 6-inch cake or your cupcakes or whatever it is that you would like to make it from. So this one batter, this is enough to make 18 cupcakes, 2 6-inch cakes plus some cupcakes, an 8-inch round plus some cupcakes. Whatever it is that you might want to mix and match, you can do anything with your single bag. If you have more batter, obviously you can make a bigger cake or more things like that, but this is what the single bag batch comes as. So I want to go over what's in your box, okay? So first things first is your directions. Your pre-measured cake cupcake mix. Like I said, it's for all kits, 6-inch, 8-inch, whatever it might be, and cupcakes. So you'll have your pre-measured cake mix. Your famous signature icing. We hope you really like our recipe. It's an amazing buttercream recipe that is not super sweet and it is not overly sweet and bearing. It's really popular among a lot of people. So this is our signature recipe. We hope that you like it. You also have your piping bag you're going to use for your cupcakes, or if you got the 6-inch cake kit, it'll be a little different, but we'll cover that in the decorating video. And your cupcake liners and step-by-step instructions. Oh, and also your sprinkles. If you got the Funfetti kit, you will get 2 bags of these. One bag is to decorate, one is to put in your cake mix. You can use the single bag that you got however you choose, if you want to put it in your cake mix or decorate with it. But that's what it's for, is for on your cupcakes. So the Funfetti kit has 2 bags. The regular kit has 1 bag. So whatever you choose to do with your sprinkles is your choice. So the first thing we did was we preheated our oven to 325. And you'll also have a list of things here of what you need. So you'll need a food scale. You'll need the mixing bowl and whisk, either your KitchenAid or your electric mixer. Your cupcake or muffin pan, spatulas. You'll need an oven that works. You'll need water, you'll need vanilla extract, your vegetable oil, and food coloring. Food coloring is more for decorating, but you can also color your batter if you want, and you want to break it up into different colors, you can do that. So, we preheated our ovens to 325. We lined our cupcake pans here. So I have my cupcake pans, 1 dozen there. And then when you have your extra 6 to make 18, you want to put them in the middle and not the ends, because then they bake nicer being in the middle. So we have those on the side. And the first thing we're going to do is measure out our water. This is why I wanted to go over it with you. So in a large bowl, you're going to pour your cake mix in, okay? So we're going to cut open our cake mix here. Dump our cake mix in. Okay. Then we are going to measure out the water. The first round of water you need is 7.4 ounces of water. So we have it here on our food scale. I don't know if you can see that. We're measuring it out. And then we just use a big container of water to measure it in here. Okay, so I went over some, so I'm going to take some out with my tablespoon, and then I'm going to add my vanilla extract right in there, okay? Add it to the water, and then you're going to dump it into your cake batter. All right, we're going to turn it on low first. Let it mix so it doesn't jump up everywhere. Alright, so you want to mix it just a little bit. It'll look like this. It'll look chunky. Oh, can you see it? Oh, I should flip the camera. A little chunky. So we're going to grab our spatula now, scrape down the bowl. Or we don't have any spatulas. Okay, you're gonna grab your spatula, scrape down the bowl. You're gonna make sure you get in the middle if you have a KitchenAid because the dry stuff tends to stay there. Okay, and then you're going to turn it up and you're going to turn it to high speed. Well, in the middle, not super high, but you want to beat out all of those lumps. And in the meantime, we're going to measure out our oil and water. So this is how we do our oil and water. The next round is 3.2 ounces of water. I suggest you measure them separately if you're not good at measuring, just because they'll combine and then you won't be able to get them apart. But so I put in 3.2 ounces of water, and I'm going to add my oil to this. But like I said, I suggest you measuring them separately because then you won't have them mix and overpour or anything like that. So, and you need 3.5 ounces of vegetable oil. Alright, and look, I overpoured a little bit, so I'm going to take some out. Okay, that's ready. So it should look like now, nice and white and fluffy. You can see it's all smooth, all the chunks are out, it was on medium. Now we're gonna put it on slow, and you're gonna add your water and oil little by little here. Put it on slow. And then I'm gonna scrape the container in here. And then you're going to turn it up to like medium high again just to get it all mixed in. For like 45 seconds or so a minute. You don't want to overbeat it either. Alright, and you see you will have a nice creamy cake batter. Now this is where you can add your food coloring if you want to separate the batter and do it in different colors. This is where you can add food to it, if you want to put nuts, if you want to put fruit, anything like that. If you put fruit in, you want to, like blueberries, you need to coat them in flour or they'll sink to the bottom. So you want to wet them, wash them, and coat them in flour or they'll sink to the bottom. But your cake mix will look like that, and you want to come back in. You want to make sure that you scrape the whole bowl down again. Get everything mixed in there that might be stuck to the sides. You might have a little bit of chunks, but you'll be good. That's ready. And then for the cupcakes, you're going to use 1/4 measuring cup to measure them out. And you will get your even amount of cupcakes. So your 1/4 measuring cup, you want to fill it to the top. There you go. You don't need it to be like towering over or heaping or anything like that. So that is what you do. If you're doing the 6-inch cakes, 6-inch cakes get 12 ounces of batter per pan, so 6-inch round pans. 8 ounces or 8-inch rounds get 23 or 24 ounces of batter. So you get 30 ounces of batter once this is completely finished. So you can split it up however you'd like. So if you're doing the 6-inch cakes, it's 12 ounces of batter per 6-inch. 8-inch is 12 to 24. Cupcakes are 1/4 cup. So, all right. Have a wonderful day. That is our baking video. And if you got the decorating kit also and things like that, see our other videos. Thank you so much.